Good morning, students. Here is Parip sir back for you again. Today, I shall continue with the chapter Coordinate Geometry from class 10 Mathematics. In the previous class, we have learned how to find the distance between any two points on the Cartesian plane. We have also learned about the condition of collinearity of 3 points. For example, if A, B, and C are 3 points taken in order, we have to find the distances between AB, BC, and AC. Now, if AB plus BC is equals to AC, then we can say that the 3 points A, B, and C are collinear. Today, I shall show you that if 3 points form a triangle, then what kind of triangle is this? So let us start. 3 points A minus 3 0, B 1 minus 3, and C 4 1 is given. We have to find the distances between AB, BC, and AC using the distance formula. So here is AB. AB equals to root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. After substituting the value, I have got AB as 5 units. BC equals to x3 minus x2 whole square plus y3 minus y2 whole square. So after calculation, BC equals to 5 units and AC equals to x3 minus x1 whole square plus y3 minus y1 whole square. After calculation, I have got AC as 5 root 2 units. I have earlier told you that during writing the formula, some little bit modifications are required. Since I am taking AB, whose coordinates of A is x1 y1 and coordinate of B is x2 y2, so that's why the formula is x2 root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now since I am taking the distance BC, the coordinate of B is x2 y2 and the coordinate of C is x3 y3. So that's why the formula has been changed. See here, it is x3 minus x2 whole square plus y3 minus y2 whole square root over. Similarly, AC, the coordinate of A is x1 y1 and C is x3 y3. So the formula is root over x3 minus x1 whole square plus y3 minus y1 whole square. So after calculating all these, we can see that AB is 5 units, BC is 5 units, and AC is 5 root 2 unit. Now these points are not collinear because if we add any two distances, it will not be equals to the third one. So these are not collinear, means it will form a triangle. Now what is the type of triangle formed here? You can easily see that AB and BC are equal. So in a triangle, if two sides are equal, then it is an isosceles triangle. So the triangle formed by joining these 3 points A, B and C is an isosceles triangle. Now I have to check something more in this question. It is asked to check whether it will form a right triangle or not, whether ABC is an isosceles right triangle or not. So for that case, I have to use Pythagoras theorem. If the theorem is satisfied, then we can say that the points after joining will form an isosceles right triangle. So let me check whether it is satisfying Pythagoras theorem or not. So AB square plus BC square equals to AB, we have got 5 units, so 5 square, and BC square is also 5 unit, 5 square. So that will give us 25 plus 25, that is 50. And AC square is 5 root 2 square. So that is also giving 50. Therefore, we can say that AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. That is, the Pythagoras theorem has been satisfied here. So we can say that triangle ABC is an isosceles right triangle. Isosceles right triangle. Hope this is clear to you. So here this type of question may come in the boards also, where 3 points will be given to you and you have to check what kind of figure is formed. Okay. Suppose if all the three distances, that AB, BC and AC are equal, we all know that it will form an equilateral triangle. And if all the three distances are unequal, then it is a scalene triangle. In case of isosceles triangle and scalene triangle, we can check for a right angle triangle. We can apply Pythagoras theorem. Now, suppose there are 4 points given to us, A, B, C, D, and we have been asked to check whether these 4 points after joining will form a square or not. So, let us check it. So, here is the question. Show that the points 1, 7, 4, 2, minus 1, and minus 4, 4 are the vertices of square. We all know the property of square. In case of square, all the 4 sides are equal. But remember, all 4 sides are equal in case of rhombus also. Then how to distinguish between square and rhombus? We have to find the diagonals. We have to find the diagonals. In case of square, the diagonals will be equal, and in case of rhombus, the diagonals will not be equal. So first of all, we have to find the sides of the square. If it is a square, we have to find all the 4 sides. Here I have calculated all the distances. I have taken the points as A, B, C and D. Here is the square. So the sides are AB, BC, CD and AD. Using the distance formula, AB is equals to root over 34 units, BC equals to also root over 34 units, CD root over 34 units, and AD or DA root over 34 units. So here we can see that all the 4 sides of the given figure are equal, and the diagonal AC is equals to root over 68 unit. The diagonal BD is also root over 68 units. That is, the diagonals are also equal. So we can say that all the 4 sides are equal as well as the diagonals are also equal. Hence the given figure is a square. Therefore, AB equals to BC equals to CD equals to DA, and diagonal AC is also equals to diagonal BD. Therefore, ABCD is a square. So in this way, if 4 points are given to us, first of all we have to find the length of all 4 sides and check whether it will form a square or rhombus. In this way, parallelogram and rectangle also we have to find. In case of rectangle, the opposite sides will be equal and the diagonals will also be equal. But in case of parallelogram, only the opposite sides will be equal but the diagonals will not be equal. Hope it is clear to you. One very important question. It is from NCERT, exercise 7.1, question number 7. Find the point on the x-axis which is equidistant from 2, minus 5 and minus 2, 9. A point is there on the x-axis, and suppose this point is A, 2, minus 5 and B, minus 2, 9. That point on the x-axis is equidistant from these 2 points. We have to find that point on the x-axis. Now we all know on x-axis any point is written in the form x0. So let me consider the point P whose coordinate is x0. Y coordinate is already there 0 because it is lying on the x-axis. Only we have to find the value of x. Then we'll get the point P. Let me draw the coordinate axis here. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. The point is on the x-axis. Suppose the point is x0, I have taken it here. I can take that side also because we don't know whether it is in the negative side of x-axis or in the positive side. So I have taken here. You can take anywhere on the x-axis. Using distance formula, I have calculated the distance PA and PB also. Now the condition given is PA equals to PB. So PA square equals to PB square. I have squared both sides. Now replacing the value of PA square, the root over sign is removed both sides. By calculation, I have got in the LHS 4 minus 4x plus x square plus 25 is equals to, in this side, 4 plus 4x plus x square plus 81. Now we can cancel x square from both sides. So this minus 4x and this plus 4x will become minus 4x this side. And here it is 4 plus 25 is, I can cancel 4 also. So 25 will go that side and it will become 81 minus 25, or we can say that minus 8x is equals to 56, which implies x is equals to minus 7. So the required point on the x-axis, I've got the value of x. So the required point is minus 7, 0. Understood? Now you can write the answer here. The required point on the x-axis is minus 7, 0. This is the answer. So hope you have understood the whole thing. Very important question is this. It generally comes in the board exam also. Try to go through the process. It is nothing. Only we have to use the distance formula and stick on the basics. We will automatically get the result. So here in this chapter, only these type of sums may come. You practice some more sums from NCERT book and from other reference book. You will get so many different types of sum based on this distance formula. After doing some problems, your concept will be clear and you can do any sums. So meet in the next class. Till then, bye. Have a nice day.